What's going on, my brothers? It's your boy King. You back again with another banger, a car video to be exact. And yeah, man, day 12. Another day where I do not have a specific topic, but it's okay because I just talk to you guys and I just flow with you guys. And I tell you guys how I'm feeling. So today, yet again, I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling at peace with myself. And I was just sitting in my car for a couple of minutes thinking, you know what? Like, I'm so in love with the simplicity of life right now that I'm kind of contemplating, if I have made the right decision and what I want to accomplish in my life. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to accomplish it. Like, of course, I'm going to accomplish everything, the financial freedom. I'm going to live in a penthouse, all that good stuff, like I'm going to become successful. I'm going to get out of here. But man, I'm so in love with the simplicity of life. Like, I feel like I don't really need those things. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the type of energy that NoFap is giving me right now, or Semen Retention is giving me. Like, I'm so at peace with myself. My relationship with God is good, I come to him. Even when I'm feeling bad, I always come to him. But now that I'm feeling good, I find that, when I pray to him now, it's not with a sense of strong urge. You get what I'm saying? It's not with it like a sense of desperation as I do when I'm like feeling very down, when I'm feeling bad. Like, it could be a day after I relapse or something like that. I feel terrible, I feel terrible. And then I come to God and I feel like the prayers are stronger like that, when life tends to not go my way. Prayers are stronger in that regard. I come to him with more desperation and more longing. But now that I'm feeling so good every single day, the prayers are still good. But, I just pray for him, to him for the simple stuff, like, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything that I have. Thank you for all my blessings in life. Thank you for the way that I'm feeling. Thank you for the Semen Retention energy, things like that. And that's funny because I feel like as men of God and as men who are practicing Semen Retention, we have to remember that God is the ultimate decider in life. He is the one that gives you what you want in life. Like, yeah, you can put in work, but if God decides not to give it to you, he won't give it to you, But if you pray for it and you stay humble and you fear God and you remember that God is the one that gives you everything, this is key. If God is the one that gives you everything that you ask for, you always have to remember him and stay humble. A lot of people forget. For example, a lot of people are in a good spot in life and they forget to put God in the center of their life. And that's key, and that's something that I learned in my last streak. My last streak, I was feeling so good. I felt overconfident. And I almost kind of felt like I didn't need God. I know that sounds strange. I'm a Christian, but sometimes as men, we sometimes feel like we have everything in order. We have everything in control and we don't really need God. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous, man. We're always supposed to stay humble. We're always supposed to remember that God is the one who decides to give you these things, That doesn't mean that you don't put in work. No. When you pray to God, you come to him with an open heart, with a genuine heart, and with respect to him, and you tell him, look, God, I want this, I want that, I want everything. I want the peace, I want the freedom, I don't want to walk around with anxiety no more. I don't want to walk around with worries anymore. I want to walk around with ultimate confidence. I want to feel like a man. I want to feel masculine, And you pray to God, and you ask him, Lord, guide me, help me in the way, make sure that this Semen Retention streak is not for nothing. Make sure it actually changes me from the inside out, Make sure it actually changes me. Make sure it gives me that glow. I want females attraction, all that good stuff. I want financial freedom. Yeah, when you pray to God these things, he will give you these things, but you have to work for it. Obviously, you do have to work for it, but ultimately, he is the one who decides to give you these things. And he decides if it's if it's his will, he decides if it's right not to give you those things sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Not right away, at least. Like, he would want you to work for it, So when I say that God is the ultimate decider in life, that doesn't mean that we don't put in work. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. We do put in work. We fast, we pray. We read the word, because reading the word daily is spiritual food, It feeds your spirit. It gives you peace before you go outside and you attack life, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like life is like war. life is exactly like war. Before we go outside and we accomplish tasks in life, we should be praying to God and we should be preparing for battle. You know, you should be doing your meditations, your affirmations, praying to God, make sure your relationship with him is right. Pray to him, talk to him, you know, before you tackle the day. You know, life is like war. Yeah, man. You know, yeah. What was the topic? Because I kind of lost myself. Yeah, yeah, God is, he wants you to work for these things. He definitely wants you to work for these things, but he's the ultimate decider of everything. He's the one that gives you the energy. He's the one that gives you the blessings, you know, with faith. He gives you with faith and with hard work, eventually the blessings will come. So hang in there, you know, but just stay humble, please, man. When everything is going good, stay humble, man, because everything is going good right now. And this is where sometimes I lose myself, man. When everything is going good, I kind of get prideful and I kind of get arrogant, and I feel like I feel like I can control everything in my life. I feel like I can do whatever I want. And that is not the case, because life will life you, and bad times are coming, you know. And when bad times come, do not be angry at God as well, you know, because God uses bad times to strengthen you, to strengthen his soldiers. So even when bad times come, even when life is not necessarily going your way, you know, you thank God through those times as well. Because I noticed that I've grown more through pain and suffering. I've grown more. I've learned more about myself. You know, I became more humble through pain and suffering. And I've leaned on God more through pain and suffering. So pain and suffering happens too, so you can stay humble and lean on God more and find God. Had I never been through pain and suffering in 2019, I probably would have never been a Christian. You know, I probably would have never sought to see God, you know. And that's a topic for another day. Like my testimony, I'm planning it, you know, to tell it when I'm like in the penthouse and everything, so people can see where I come from, you know, how much it took, how much sacrifice it took for me to get what I want, you know, and people could see like what really it took. So like my testimony, you know, of me coming to Christ and me coming to self-improvement and all that, that's gonna be probably like 2 years from now. But yeah, had I never been through pain and suffering in 2019, I would have never been a Christian. So yeah, God uses those times of struggles, those times of loneliness and isolation, and you know, and all those bad things, you know, those times of breakups, you know, those times of losing friends. He uses that to strengthen you, so you can learn more about yourself, so you can stay humble and lean on God. So the focus, yes, is self-improvement. Yes, I get it. Like the self-improvement, the work is what you do. That's what you yourself decide to do. You choose that. But God is the one who gives you the blessings. We can't forget that. Like sometimes we think that we've done this all ourselves. Like God did not help us. That's if you believe in God, you know. And there's people who don't believe in God and they get all that, you know. They put in work and they tend to win in life, you know. But I already said this in another video, man. They don't have true peace, you know. You don't have true peace if you don't have God in your life. You don't have true peace. I don't care what nobody says. You'll never have true peace. Everything that you gain without God will never satisfy you. But when God gives you these things, when you're a man of God, like me, like I pray that you guys are, you guys who are watching, I pray you guys come to Christ. But when you're a man of God, you know, and you're putting in work, we have to remember that, you know, it's not just us. It's with the help of God, you know, by the help of God, that we do all things. We can do all things through Christ who strengthened us. So yeah, no fap and semen retention is good, man, but just be careful with the prideful energy that you get, because you feel good, man, on semen retention on day, and I'm only on day 12, but the thing is, I started with a dry fast. Especially when you combine it with dry fasting and prayer and all that good stuff, man, you feel amazing. You feel on top of the world. You feel like unstoppable, you know, and this can be a danger. So just remember, man, stay humble. Always fear God on this journey. Remember that God is the one that gives you the blessings, even when you put in work. And yeah, man, that's all I got to say, man. You feel so good on this journey that I feel so good on this journey that I had to bring this message, you know. Just be careful on this journey. Do not get prideful. Do not get arrogant, man. Do not get cocky, man. Always stay humble on this journey. Let people sleep on you. Stay humble, bro. like, for example, when you got money and you know you can buy the Mercedes, you can buy the Ferrari and all those good cars, stay humble, man. Stay humble. You know, stay sleep. Let people sleep on you. Don't worry about the validation from others, man. You don't need that, especially on Seymour Attention. When you feel good about yourself and you're secure about yourself, you don't need that, man. So, yeah, stay humble, stay blessed. See you guys tomorrow. Day 12. Peace.